All right, so today is the mother function f of x equals the cubic root of x, or more affectionately written as x to the 1/3. This is the inverse of x cubed, which has been done in a previous video. All right. Now we're going to apply the general transformation form AF sub b times x minus h plus k. And since it's the cubic root, we're going to replace that f with the cubic root symbol. Again, going over the stuff, a is the vertical stretch. If a is greater than 1, if the absolute value of a is greater than 1, is a stretch, which means it's going to get taller. If a is between 0 and 1, it is going to be a compression, which means it's going to get skinnier. B is the horizontal stretch, which would make it wider, which if you pull on something, you also make it shorter. And we have the same thing as we have done in the last videos. B can be turned into A. By the way, if A is negative, we have a vertical reflection. If B was negative, we would have a horizontal reflection, which ends up being exactly the same, oddly enough. On these particular functions it does. H is the horizontal shift, opposite of the sign, and K is the vertical shift. You can trust it. Shifts it up or down. All right, so let's get started. Let's make one up. G of x is -3. Oh, you know what? Here I go again, not even thinking. I'm assuming, and you know what it means to assume. I'm assuming you know what mom looks like, don't you? You don't know what mom looks like. You're just a kid. So let's make a table for mom. We have x, and then we're going to take the cubic root of x. Don't know why I put a 3 there. X and the cubic root of x. So I can take the cubic root of 8, can't I? If x was 8, what would the cubic root of 8 be? It'd be 2. I can take the cubic root of 1, and the cubic root of 1 is still 1. I can take the cubic root of 0. 0 times 0 times 0 is still 0. I can take the cubic root of a -1. Unlike the square root function, I can take cubic roots of negatives. Cubic root of -1 is still -1. And I can take the cubic root of -8. If the cubic root of 8 was 2, the cubic root of -8's got to be a +2. Now, the only ones that I have kids really memorize is this, because we try to memorize the shapes of these mother functions. And that's what it's about doing. You can graph anything if you know what mom looks like. That's what I always tell kids. So we're going to contain the point 1, 1, 0, 0, and -1, -1. We would also contain -8, -2, which would be somewhere over here, and +8, +2, which would be somewhere over there. This is the general shape of the cubic root function. That's what mom looks like. And all her children are going to look like that to some degree. I call it a snake. It's a sideways snake. It's a snake that likes the x-axis, or an x-axis snake. Lots of things you can call these things. Come up with something that helps you remember what it looks like. Now let's do it. Let's draw a child. Let's do -2 cubic roots of x plus 2 minus 4. So A is 2, which means it's a vertical stretch, factor of 2. It's twice as tall. It was negative, so there is a vertical reflection. Instead of doing that, it's going to look something like this. That's what a vertical reflection looks like. H is actually -2, that is a shift left 2, and K is -4, down 4 units. Let's do the shifts first. We go left 2, down 4. On these, that's the center. It's not a vertex, it's the center. And our slope here, we can think of this as initial slope, is to fall 2 units as I run to the right. And conversely, as I fall back, I rise 2. And then I try to redraw mom. Mom's fairly flat. All the interesting stuff happens right here in the middle. And there you go. Like, that's how hard this stuff is. It's like really, really easy. I'll save domain and range for the next one. The next one's going to be the one where we got to do a little more work. That's just the way I've been kind of setting these up. That one was pretty easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. Let's do another one. One where we got to do some algebra. One where we got to work that B term out. Because you can always work B out and turn into A. Here's our next one. G of x is, we'll just do straight up cubic root of 27x. Man, what do we want to pull from that? Plus 81. And then let's say plus 3. Now, what can I pull from both these pieces? It turns out that 81 divided by 27 is 3. And I can pull 27 from 27. So here's what I do. I rewrite this as the cubic root of 27 times x plus 3. And then plus a 3. The cubic root of 27 is 3. So 3 cubic roots of x plus 3 plus 3. Worked out pretty well. Whole bunch of 3's though. It's really hard to mess this one up. Like, you can't really screw it up. A's got to be 3, H has got to be negative 3, and K has to be positive 3. All right, so A is negative 3. A is positive 3. We're going to rise 3, run 1. H is not positive 3, it's negative 3. We always do opposite, and K is 3. And if you remember the last lesson, you understand what these things are. I'll talk about it. I'm just not going to write them. We're going to have to go left 3 units. We're going to have to go up 3 units. And there's our new center. Now, our slope here is to rise 3 units as we run exactly 1. So we're going to have to rise 3 units as we run exactly 1. And conversely, as we fall back 1 unit, we're going to have to fall 3 units. And there you go. I think this stuff's pretty easy. Even I am guilty of making sign mistakes with that. It happens. Just try not to. It's probably the biggest source of error you see on these kind of things, other than kids who just refuse to memorize the shapes. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Just memorize your shapes, kids. Domain on this one. This thing runs forever left, forever right. That's a negative infinity to positive infinity. Or if you're that kid who likes set builder, and I kind of do like set builder, all values of x such that x is an element of the real. The range would be your y values going up or down, okay? This thing does fall forever, albeit very slowly. And it does rise forever, although very slowly. Or if you like set builder notation, curly brace, all values of y such that y is also an element of the real. And there you go. There is the cubic root function in all of its glory. None of this is hard. The next video I'm probably going to do is probably the essential Algebra II mother functions. All of them. Just talking about all of them. And it's going to take some time. I haven't decided if I want to put logarithms in there. I guess I need to. There's a whole bunch of them that have to go in there. But there's that video. One more to go today, and then I think I'm done for the summer.